Okay, this is Eric at RC Monster Garage. What we're doing right now, tail section, the tail wheel and the elevator. So this is really straightforward. It's very simple. What it is, this is the King shock suspension for the rear. The tail section is assembled from a shock and a hinge that's going to let it going up and down and absorb some of the impact while you landing. They assuming that you guys are going to hit the tail because it's a tail dragger. So this thing already assembled from the factory, but before we're going to do anything, we're going to have to remove this screw over here and this screw over there. But before I'm even going to go ahead and do that, what I want to do is take my sharp screwdriver and go and check, yeah, that the factory closed all the screws pretty good. Yeah, they all close very good. I don't want this thing to open in mid-air and loose parts, so I'm gonna close all the reinforcement part. Okay, it's all closed. It's amazing. This was a very strong Chinese guy closed all those probably. Okay, now we need to go back again to our tiny tool and find the right size tool, put it in and remove the nut. And the nut will stay in a case, so then it's a nut case. Okay, so we remove that, and this is the top part, and then we need to take out the king. The king shock have the same size. I think this is also 4 millimeter. Okay, so here is how it's going. Okay, so we got over here the king shock. Try to position it that you actually can see the king, and don't forget you need to see it upside down because the airplane is upside down right now. So we're gonna put this right there, and then it's gonna hang up over here. Then we're gonna grab this gently. It's kind of hard to see, I know, because I have very big hands. Oops. Let me see. Drop. Okay, let me go get it. Okay, yeah, I picked it up from the floor, and then we're just gonna close it. Now when you close this, don't close it too strong. It needs to have the freedom to move up and down, but it cannot be super loose. It does, it's a lock nut, so it's not gonna open, so you don't have to worry about it, but just don't choke it. Yeah, this is good enough. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip this thing up, and this is gonna create a hinge right there. Okay, and this is how it's gonna be right there. And you're gonna see something really cool because those airplane fly, it's called fly-by-wires, and they have push rods and that pull and push everything, and there is a steering servo that hook up over here that we look up with springs to this wheel, and actually this is what's going to cause it to move. So it's actually a really cool system. Okay, I just started it, and then I'm gonna go back to the tool. Okay, now I don't want to choke it. I want it to be able to work. Now when you check that the spring, put your fingers underneath it and lift it, and then push it down. So what you're creating is actually you supporting the airplane, so you're not just pushing this thing down and you're going to push the entire airplane into the stand, and it causes damage. This is actually working pretty good. My RC cars don't work that nice. Okay, now here's the cool part. So you have those springs, and those springs, okay, if you put them on the outside, you're gonna get more turn. You put it in the inside, you're gonna get less of a turn. Now, in order to do that the right way, you want to put it first on the steering servo, okay, and then in the other side, right there, you say, oh, but it's not gonna fit. Then you're gonna take a needle nose plier. Because it's a spring, you can actually bend it and bring it to where it's supposed to be, and then force it into place. So this is one, it's kind of curved right now, and now it's in, and then I'm gonna straight it because you will create a little bit of a bump over here. Okay, this is one. Now it will not work with one, and the reason is because it's gonna go push, but when you need to pull, it's not gonna go the right way. Now this one is a little bit loose, too loose for my test, but I'm gonna figure out in a second how to make it tight. Again, you take second one, put it through, and then you bring this in here, and you're gonna have to do the same exact thing. Now it's a little bit complicated because I have to do it from the other side. This plier don't really want to do work like this. Let's see, do I have a thicker one here? Nope, guess not. Yeah, it's very strong spring actually, and my plier decided that if we filming and it's not getting its royalties, it's not gonna work good. Okay, let me get another tool. Okay, so I got one that is a little bit stronger. It's actually, this one is for jewelry, so it's very, very strong. One second. Pop, pop, pop. When you put in the second one, again, I'm doing it from the side. It's kind of hard for me to land over the airplane, so I cannot really get there the right way. That's it. I bent it a little bit, so I'm gonna bend it back. Okay, and then our wheel, tail wheel, is perfectly ready to go. Then I can straighten it a little bit more. It's getting crooked when you do that. That's it. Pretty soft metal. Now, our tail wheel assembly is good to go, and then it's gonna, this is how it's gonna turn. Now, what we want to do next, you will see this little bag and say, oh, what are those? So let me show you what those are, because it's a pretty cool part. So they give you those two pieces here, those two odd-shaped pieces. If you put it together, you have a helmet for the pilot. No, this is actually the tail section covers. So those will go right here in both sides, and then there is a small screw that it's actually going to hold it in place. So this is how it's going to go. So I'm going to have to do first my side and then do this side, but let me tilt it sideways so you guys are going to be able to see it a little bit. Okay, if you bring the camera from here, it will be easier to see. Okay, so this is going to go right there into the fairing, and it's just going to stay there. It will hold itself. It's actually, it's pretty, it's the design, the parts are pretty good. And then you put the small screws that came with it, and then it's create a nice cover that you cannot see the nut and bolts and all the hardware. Make sure that it's good. You see this is a little bit kind of loose, so I'm gonna tighten it more, but be careful because those plastics that you screw into, they snap right away, like if you have too much pressure on them. That's it. This one is solid. And let's do the other side. Let's see if I can do this from here. I cannot really see it. Yeah, I cannot see it from here. Okay, it sits right there. And what I'm gonna do, trying to figure out where the hole is. It's like people that's playing the guitar without seeing. I can actually put screws without seeing. What a talent. Okay, now the cowling is set up. Everything is working just fine. It's actually look good. and it's very strong, it's secure, everything works, springs are good, and we're done with this section of the airplane. Now, while we are already here, we have here our elevator. Okay, so I want to show something real close. This is how they glue the elevator at the factory, and let's see, I'm not sure if it did not get bad zoom. So there is a hinge over here that it's like a pressure hinge that they put a little bit glue. Okay, I highly recommend to add more glue to this, so this not gonna actually get pulled in mid-air. You see it's glued over here, really nasty, because this could snap on you, and this is where this airplane is gonna fail. If this thing gonna snap mid-air, this airplane is gone. So I'm gonna add later more glue on it after it sits, so just it's gonna soak into it. Now you do have those two. Just lift those things up, and when you put your elevator, there's a place that those things gonna fit into. So let's put the elevator in. Try to make sure it's going to the right direction. And then there is a tab over there, and it will just click into it. That's it. Elevator is installed. Now there is here those two tabs that this snap in, and you're gonna have to move this a little bit, and this will snap in. Come on, snap, not break, snap. Okay, this is in, and that's it. The elevator is installed, and it's actually, again, I don't like the way that it's moving too much, so I'm gonna have to find a way to actually fix this. Let's see real quick. I'm not happy with this at all. Yeah, it's actually, this one is holding good, it's not going anywhere, but this is a little bit too much freedom than what I would like to see. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm probably gonna end up actually putting on this thing later, super glue, because I'm not gonna take the elevator up. Now you do have over here the push rod for your elevator, and you're gonna need to actually plug it in. You grab this and that, and gently you push it by hand. So I cannot really see. This need to fit on that, and usually I would like to try to do it by hand first before I use any tools, but this thing don't want to go, so I'm just gonna force it just gently. That's it. Now it's in. Now again, I know that this is red and cool and everything. I highly recommend to replace those later with the metal Dubro, not those plastic. I think that those plastics, they will dry and fall, and I really don't like them. So please change those to Dubro. Those plastic one, the plastic just feels so, it feels so cheap, like if something wrong with it, if it's not set up right. Also those, like the entire shape of this, it feels very clumsy. I don't know if it's a new plastic or something that they developed for this, but I really don't like it. I'm gonna 3D print another bridge that actually will sit from here, going through the center and go to the other side like an arch, just to make sure that this thing will not fall. Now at this point we are done actually with the fuselage, and whatever left for us to do right now is go and finish the wings. So let's jump to another video, finish the wings, and go from there. Don't forget, again, like, subscribe, and share. This is Eric, RC Monster Garage. Now we put a small heart on the bottom over there with a sign of a $sign. If people want to support our channel and you like the video and you want to see more, you can actually donate some money for us, and we don't take the money and buy cars with it. We already have cars. What we do, we take the money and buy product to show you guys more stuff how to do. So far we're sponsoring everything. We're not getting anything for any company. Everybody is so cheap. Everybody gives stuff to whoever gives them advertisement and lie and say that the product is good. So whenever you see people, and I don't want to give any names, British guy that love to yell and lift stuff in a very annoying voice, and some girl that actually showing stuff, those people getting paid. Those people are really biased toward the product. If it's good or bad, they will make it good, so don't fall for that. Please, always pay attention. Like, subscribe, and share. We're going jumping right now back to the to the wings for the next video, and then we're going to start putting the electronics in. Bye.